Oliver and Jumpy by Werner Stacekow. Volume 17. Oliver in the Circus, Oliver the Babysitter, and Raindrop. Is this your first encounter with Oliver and Jumpy? Yes? Then let me tell you about them. Oliver is an elegant tomcat, and Jumpy is his best friend. They are always on the lookout for new adventures together. Oliver lives in a treehouse on the mighty oak tree. He is the most famous cat in the country. Oliver in the Circus by Werner Stacekow. Illustrator Jon Riffai. Once a year, the circus comes to our country. All the children eagerly await its arrival. This year, I had applied to have a part in circus life and was accepted. Training the tiger, though, was not quite what I expected. I thought a fellow cat would be happy to work together with me. Luckily, I'm not only elegant, but also quick. The monkeys loved me. They liked my top hat and wanted to play with it. Grandfather told me his story about life in Africa as a baby. Naughty people had stolen him from his mum to sell him to the circus. When you are in the circus, you must see tightrope walking. It is not as easy as it looks. I fell many times into the net during training. I was disguised as a clown. Would you like to be a clown too? Why don't you come and work in the circus with me? Everybody will applaud when you make jokes and clown around. Then it became dangerous. I was jumping through a ring of fire. It is hard to jump right through the middle without touching the fire. I slipped once and some of my hair was singed. It sizzled and smelled bad. Being shot from a cannon is a real challenge. There was a big bang, and all of a sudden I was flying through the air. Luckily, soft bags were on the other side to catch me. I got up and stumbled around dizzy and deaf. What a circus experience! Cirky bye! Oliver the Babysitter by Werner Stacekow. Illustrator Macy Ann Reyes. The letter pigeon had dropped off mail. It was from my darling sister, who lives on the other side of the sandy desert. She was expecting a baby. They needed me to babysit her other 3 children while in the hospital. I packed my bag and said goodbye to Jumpy and Joey. Unfortunately, they could not come. Dino, the flying dinosaur, took me over the hot desert to my sister's town. Sorella, Annabella, and Francesco had grown considerably since my last visit. Fanny, my sister, was ready to go to the hospital, and so she left me alone with them. It was the school holidays. We all went food shopping the next day. Francesco sat in the trolley, and Annabella and Sorella helped me choose. I did not really know what they liked. Sorella quickly filled the trolley. I was wondering what Fanny would say about her selection. Francesco started to cry, and I was asking myself the questions: was he hungry, tired, bored, or did he have a full diaper? It became clear that it was the last one. He was smelly. We went to the change room. Luckily, Sorella remembered to bring diapers. We returned home and put away all the groceries. We decided to make pancakes. I had never made them before, but Sorella taught me. I tried to turn a pancake in the air, but I threw it too high, and it landed on my head. I did not look very elegant. Sorella decided to take the cooking into her own hands. She pushed the chair next to the cooktop and soon made enough pancakes for all of us. She was very skilled. We had a marvelous feast. The little ones were quite messy and ended up having to have a bath afterward. Fanny had her baby boy during the night. We went to visit and checked out their new brother. Fanny returned home 2 days later. I was relieved of my duties. Nappy bye. Raindrop by Werner Steska. Illustrator Macy N. Reyes. The sea was as smooth as a mirror. With no wind blowing, it hardly moved at all. The sun had been burning down for many days, heating the surface of the water. One by one, water droplets evaporated and sailed up into the sky. "Look how beautiful the view is from up here," said Droppy, as we call our friend the water drop. She had joined up with many brothers and sisters that had arrived before her. More and more gathered and soon turned into a pretty white cloud. The crowd became denser by the minute. All those droplets were very excited to be on a journey together and had a lot of gossip to tell. Eventually, they became so animated that all that noise woke Zeus, who had been taking his nap. He became very angry and threw a lightning bolt at the cloud. All the droplets felt heavy and got ready to start their next journey. The wind had blown them over land by now. Another lightning flash pushed them out of the cloud and dispersed them all over the country. Droppy had begun her journey down to earth, away from her friends, and whooshed lower and lower. The parched ground, dried out by the sun, came nearer. Finally, Droppy hit the soil. She slowly seeped between the grains of sand down below. "Come to me, I'm thirsty," called a tree root. But Droppy continued her journey. She had a different purpose. Eventually, she reached a vein of water far inside the earth, where she joined her friends. They swam on and on. Suddenly, they were sucked into a pipe and went a long way up to finally flow out of a water tap into my cup. Droppy dropping down the sky with her brothers from the high, through the earth she flows, up, up, out the tap into the cup. Oliver, he stills his thirst. Droppy wants to be the first. "Ah, that was a refreshing cup of water," I commented, satisfied. After all, it had been a very hot day. "Why did you not drink me?" asked Droppy, disappointed. I had just missed a few drops. "Who is that? Who is talking?" "It's me, Droppy, the droplet in your glass. I came all the way from the sea through the cloud and the earth so that you can drink me, but you missed me. Now I will dry up." All right, stop complaining. How about I add some more of your friends and have another sip, including you?" That made Droppy very happy, and with one big swallow I quickly washed her and the others down my throat. Water is the best drink. I don't like sugary lemonades. All that sugar makes me fat. A fat cat is not elegant. I have my own well. It is a long pipe going deep into the ground where the water flows. I pump it all the way to my sink with a hand pump that sucks the water up. I'm very lucky. Many creatures around Zealandia don't have such good drinking water. Zealandia had a very hot summer, with the burning wind from the nearby desert blowing and heating up the land. The lake was slowly drying out, and the animals had very little water to drink. So they all came to my tree for a refreshing drink. It soon became a meeting place, and the constant chattering made sure I never closed an eye. Jumpy helped with pumping the water. She got a lot of exercise, and her muscles were growing hard. Little Joey, her naughty son, was no great help, since he spent most of his time listening to stories down by the tree. The most interesting storyteller was a brown bear that had come from far away. He had incredible tales to tell, and Joey was hanging on to his every word. I have always enjoyed honey. Where I come from, we have deep forests with tall green trees. There are many brooks gurgling over the rocks, with trout jumping right out of the water and almost into the mouth of waiting bears. It is paradise. Many colorful flowers abound, and bees buzz across the fields collecting their nectar. I wandered leisurely along a meadow when I heard a loud buzzing noise. I spotted a swarm of bees at a particular tree. Far up in the trunk was a hole with a bee colony, but it was not easy to get to. I could almost taste the delicious honey on my tongue, and my mouth started dripping. Bears can climb trees, albeit slowly. Eventually, I sat on a branch near the beehive. By then, the bees were agitated by my presence. My fur protected me from any stings, but my hands and nose were vulnerable. So I kept waving them away with one arm, and with the right hand I tried to find some honeycomb. Of course, the bees had a right to defend their nest. I was naughty stealing their honey. Ouch! I received another painful sting on my finger, but I quickly managed to grab a large piece of honeycomb. I went down the tree in a minute. Now I could enjoy my treasure. I licked and chewed every last bit of honey out of the waxy comb. Finally, my tummy was full of sweetness, and my face was smeared with goodness. And now I need a drink after talking so long. Everybody liked the bear's story. I bet you are going to dip your finger into the honey jar now. Honey bye. Thank you very much for reading Oliver and Jumpy. You are now a special friend, and you will be able to take part in all their adventures.